Good morning, Hillcrest family and friends. I'm Wayne Young, and today is the second day of our season of Thanksgiving, praise, and prayer. I have titled today's devotional 3 a.m. Thoughts. Let's begin by reading God's Word from Genesis 1 through 14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years, and let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on earth." And it was so. God made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and a lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good, and there was evening, and there was morning the 4th day. At the end of March, my wife and I decided to purchase a new RV and travel more. The goal was to visit each of the nearly 200 New York State parks. We were all excited until we realized we purchased a lemon. The camper was actually at the dealers undergoing repairs under warranty more than we were able to take the unit out to the parks. During October, the RV was still under repair, so Susan and I decided to take our fall camping trip anyway. We purchased a tent, various other camping supplies. We packed up the truck, loaded our 2 dogs, and headed to Button Bay State Park in Vermont. We stayed 4 nights in a tent that was just big enough to cover our double cot. We slept on this cot with 2 sleeping bags, a blanket, and 2 dogs. Was this crazy for a couple in their mid-60s to sleep like this for 4 nights? We were uncomfortable, cold, and cramped. However, we felt great. Susan and I got off the couch and enjoyed the outdoors. We went back to our camping roots, basically living outdoors. We hiked and we adventured, enjoying the cool sunny days. I started a fire every morning. I was never so grateful for heat in my life. On the 3rd night, at about 3 o'clock a.m., I woke up and got up and stumbled outside where we were. There were few artificial lights, so I looked at the stars. There were 7 stars that make up the Big Dipper. What a magnificent sight. Earlier, I had Googled how to find the Little Dipper. It's not nearly as bright as the Big Dipper and harder to see. I drew an imaginary line from the lower star of the cup to the higher star of the cup. I followed that imaginary line until I found the North Star. This star is where the handle of the Little Dipper begins. Viewing this show, I simply stood in wonder. I considered the other facts about the universe we live in. For the Earth to travel around the Sun in a year, this planet must travel at 67,000 miles per hour. We travel around a huge ball of energy that is about 93 million miles away. Every person on this planet, and there are billions, shares the same sphere of energy. Then I considered what I read about the spacecraft Voyager 1. This probe was launched in 1977 to explore our space and has now left our solar system, traveling at about 38,000 miles per hour. It will take thousands of years just to reach the next solar system. This made me think of John 3:17, "For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world might be saved through him." I am grateful that this God came to earth to live among us so that we can learn more about his humble ways. So humble that he died a painful death so that we could have a relationship with this God. There's nothing I can say or do that would make God love me any more or any less. I and we are part of his creation, and he just loves us. Our prayer is, "Dear God, please give us wisdom about how I can edify one of my fellow earth dwellers today. Remind me that we are all your children and that your ways are not our ways. Help me to be a small light in the universe that directs my brother to you." My challenge is during this period right before an election, there's a tendency to view the opposite political party as them. The mindset becomes we versus them. In my perspective, looking at the stars in this vast universe, it becomes clear that there is only us. The horizontal bar on the cross reminds us about the relationship with our fellow earth dwellers. We need to listen to others because our love expressed through cooperation and collaboration glorifies God. Thank you.